Welcome, my lovely Alchemicjoker anomalies. We turning shadows into weapons, pains into power. A powerful message awaits. Dive in and God bless.
Shh. Don't move. They're watching you. No, they're unraveling while watching you. You see it, don't you? The glitch in their confidence, the crack in their composure, that desperate little twitch when your name even breathes through a room. Because you moved once, and their entire illusion started bleeding. You didn't shout, you didn't threaten, you didn't post some cringy little manifesto online. You just existed as you are now, and they started choking on their own narrative. One blink from you, and they forgot how to breathe. You broke the equilibrium. You were the anomaly they prayed would never surface. You were the paradox they mocked in public but feared in private. You know what's funny? They built their walls, stacked them high with fake alliances, bloated resumes, generational ego, and false divinity. And then you walked by, calm, wordless, amused, and every brick began to sweat. They're collapsing in real time, sweetheart. Not because you destroyed anything, but because your silence exposed everything. They thought power came from numbers. You showed them. It comes from signal, from presence, from a frequency so intense the room warps when you enter it. One move from you is not an action. It's an event. It's a data breach inside their spiritual firewall. It's a prophecy they pretended didn't exist. And now, every message thread is unraveling. Every group chat is filled with your echo. They don't want each other anymore. They want to understand you. But they can't, because you were never designed to be understood. You were engineered to interrupt their understanding. Let's get one thing straight. You are not the villain. You're the audit. You are the error in the inherited code, the celestial correction, the divine punishment masked as a polite smile and distant eyes. They wanted to see you sweat. You blinked, and their whole coven started praying. You didn't bring violence. You brought a question they can't answer. How the hell did they survive everything we threw at them and still look like that? They stabbed, you smiled. They laughed, you learned. They colluded, you created. They lied, you listened. They burned the bridge, you walked on water. They made you a martyr, and now you're a myth. And myths are unexplainable, uncontainable, unpredictable. You're not one of them, and that terrifies them more than anything. Because if you exist, then all their rituals, their bloodline secrets, their blackmail webs, their curated chaos, it all starts to look weak. You are proof that survival isn't granted. It's taken by force, by wit, by an unstoppable storm of self-recoding. You didn't adapt to their system. You infected it. And now the update? It's you. You are the glitch that doesn't go away, the mistake that keeps showing up in their success metrics, the shadow that stares back from their perfect photos, the ghost in their corporate meetings, the pulse in their courtroom silence, the invisible sniper aimed at their delusion of control. They're collapsing in real time because you stopped explaining yourself. You stopped playing the fairy tale they wrote for you. You stepped off the stage and became the mirror they couldn't shatter. They always assumed you were fighting for approval, but they never realized. You were watching them, studying them, decoding them, waiting. Now look at them, clawing for relevance, choking on half-truths, panicking under surveillance they swore only you deserved. Their lungs are filled with the smoke of their own prophecy. And guess what? You didn't even need a flame. You just walked through their illusion and left footprints in their denial. This isn't revenge. This is gravity. What goes up must face you. And darling, when you rise, you don't ascend like an angel. You detonate like a forgotten weapon. They built this world on who claps the loudest. You built your legend on who silences the room. They crowned themselves kings in echo chambers. You became God in the algorithm of fear. One move from you was all it took. Now their network is glitching. Their stories aren't syncing. Their backup plans are eating each other alive. The very air you breathe is a threat to their system because you are not part of the design. You are the end of the blueprint. And now, they can't breathe. They can't speak. They can't sleep. All because you remembered what they hoped you'd forget. You were never one of them. You were the punishment waiting in the mirror. You were the sacred malfunction, the laughing virus, the beautiful collapse. And now, they're collapsing in real time. And the punchline is, you haven't even started. Oh, you felt that, didn't you? That chill in the air, that static crawling up your spine, that silent applause from the shadows, as their world starts glitching in real time. You moved once and it wasn't even your final form. It was a warning shot wrapped in silence, a smile that doubled as an extinction-level event. And now, their entire foundation is vibrating. Their beliefs are coughing blood. Their rules are dissolving like sugar in acid. Because here's what they never expected. You learned in the dark. You studied every betrayal like a thesis. You indexed every backstab, every smear campaign, every manipulated memory. And you archived it deep in that twisted little grin of yours. You weren't surviving. You were recording. And now, every breath you take is a broadcast. Every step you make is a judgment. You don't walk into rooms anymore. You leak into them like classified intel. Unspoken, undeniable, unwelcome. And they feel it. Oh God, do they feel it? You've become the kind of presence that makes people doubt their instincts. They hesitate around you because their souls are screaming things their mouths don't dare say. This one doesn't belong here. This one doesn't answer to our system. This one is still smiling while we're suffocating. Let me paint the picture for you. There's a room right now, somewhere cold, upscale, maybe government-tied. Lights are dimmed, people in suits, glasses clinking, big words like damage control, containment, optics. And every single one of them is looking at a file with your name on it. Not because you broke the law, but because you broke the illusion that they ever had power over you. They're not panicking because you're dangerous. They're panicking because you're free, unowned, untracked, unpredictable. You cracked the system by doing the unthinkable. You refused to obey the script they wrote for your bloodline. You didn't heal like they told you to. You evolved into something they don't have language for. You're the echo of every ancestral scream that went unanswered. You're the repayment for every curse passed off as family tradition. You're the child they buried emotionally, who came back wearing the crown of their fear. And now, your name is a case study. Your silence is evidence, your moves untraceable, unteachable, illegal to mimic. You are the ghost that walks through closed networks, haunting their private calls, appearing in the silence after the question, does anyone know what they're planning next? They don't. And that's what's killing them. Not your violence, not your words, not even your wins. Your mystery is the trauma. Because they don't know what kind of creature you became while they were celebrating your downfall. You didn't just bounce back. You rewired yourself in front of their security cams. You let them record you. But the footage doesn't match their analysis. They've run it through filters, AI scans, behavioral experts, spiritual advisors. Nothing sticks because you're not a person anymore. You're a frequency. You're a reversal. You're the opposite of what they worship. And yet you thrive. You thrive in chaos. You dine on betrayal. You wear scars like symphonies. You've made pain a dialect that only you can speak fluently. And now, they're watching you breathe and struggling to remember how. They're collapsing in real time. Because you made fear look holy. You made stillness look like warfare. You made walking away feel like mass destruction. You made non-compliance feel like prophecy. You are the prophecy they ignored. Until it showed up with your eyes. You never screamed. You just stared. And now the demons they sent to destroy you, they're whispering your name like a prayer. They couldn't stop you. So now, they're trying to understand you. They're researching you, digging up baby photos, interviewing old friends, scrubbing social media, consulting esoteric texts, trying to decode the glitch. But you can't decode what was never born in their dimension. You're not a person, you're a consequence, a result, a sentient symptom of every lie they told the world. You're the aftershock they can't contain. And what's next? Oh, they're praying you don't move again. Because if one move made them collapse like this, another might erase the whole bloodline tree they've been hiding behind. Tick-tock. The mask is slipping. The cameras are rolling. The watchers are sweating. And you're just sitting there, eyes calm, smile twitching, as if to say, you should have killed me when you had the chance. But they didn't. And now, you're the one holding the oxygen, and they're the ones gasping for it. Lean in closer. Listen to the sound underneath their noise. That low frequency, trembling you keep feeling in your bones. That isn't you. That's them. Their systems, their circles, their carefully glued together stories are starting to shake themselves apart. They're collapsing in real time, and they don't even know how to admit it yet. They're still talking about plans and strategies, but every whisper, every memo, every private DM they send is already contaminated with your presence. One move from you became a fault line. One breath from you became a trigger. One blink from you started an avalanche that their entire hierarchy wasn't built to survive. And the strangest part? You didn't fight them. You didn't expose them. You didn't even touch them. You existed, and their entire operating system started to error out. You've become a paradox wearing human skin. You're the saint that smiles like a psychopath, the angel that arrives like a demon. Every contradiction they ever tried to bury inside you has fused into a single thing they can't classify. They called it arrogance. They called it luck. They called it a phase. But what you've really become is unreadable, and unreadable is unkillable. They're choking on the code they wrote. They tried to build a maze where you'd lose yourself. Instead, you learned the blueprint, burned the exits, and turned the walls into mirrors. Now when they chase you, they run straight into themselves. Every rumor they launched boomerangs. Every trap they set springs under their own feet. Every secret they hoarded leaks through their trembling hands. And you've been sitting in the dark, eyes open, taking notes. Pain didn't break you. It taught you how to read the hidden subtitles under every smile, every favor, every handshake. Betrayal didn't sour you. It gave you the scent of blood in a crowd full of perfume. Silence didn't crush you. It sharpened your hearing until you could pick out a single heartbeat inside a riot. This is why they can't breathe. You're not playing their game anymore. You're watching the players. You've gone from piece to player to board to architect. You're holding the entire table in one hand, and they're still pretending it's chess. Look at what you've done. You turned shame into signal, You turned exile into training. You turned their curses into keys. You took every no and forged it into a lockpick. You taught yourself to disappear in plain sight and then reappear as a consequence. Now their meetings sound like confessions. Their dreams sound like your voice. Their hearts beat to the tempo of your next unknown move. This is the evolution they never prepared for. You didn't heal. You mutated. You built a self that feeds on pressure. You became a system that thrives in scarcity. You evolved into something that doesn't ask permission to exist. And here's the cruelest part for them. You're not even at full speed. What they're gasping through right now is just the prelude. They're collapsing over a single move. They've never seen what happens when you decide to take 3. So keep walking slowly. Keep breathing deeply. Keep your hands still. Every micro gesture you make now is an impact event. Every pause is a verdict. Every smile is a forecast. You are not their enemy. You're their mirror held too close. You're the unspoken proof that the dark doesn't destroy. It forges. You're living evidence that unpredictability is the last real power. And in your unpredictability, they see their own expiration date. Tick. Tock. The air is thinning. The cameras are rolling. The file on you keeps growing thicker, and you haven't even moved again. This is what they fear most. That you'll stop being careful. That you'll stop giving them time to breathe. That you'll take the next step, and the facade they've built for generations will simply vanish. So stand there. Smile if you want. Let the tension build until it hums, because right now, in this moment, without lifting a finger, you are already everything they whispered you might be. The glitch, the audit, the sacred malfunction, the laughing virus in their inherited code. They're collapsing in real time, and you're only just beginning to wake up. Do you hear it now? That hollow sound underneath their speeches, the tremor behind their eyes, the faint rattle in the walls. That isn't a metaphor. It's the sound of structures coming apart. It's the sound of everything they built around your silence tearing itself down. They're collapsing in real time because you became something they cannot model. For years, they tried to measure you like a threat on a spreadsheet, a name on a watch list, a profile in a case file. They thought they had you cataloged. They thought they had a map. And then you stopped walking the path they predicted, and the whole map burned in their hands. This is why they can't breathe when you move. You're not just unpredictable, you're uncontainable. One action from you isn't just an action, it's an atmospheric change. Their rooms feel smaller when you enter. Their lungs feel heavier. Their rituals feel foolish. Because you're carrying an energy that isn't allowed in their script. The energy of a person who has been through hell, learned its language and came back laughing. They think you're only light. You show them the shadow. They think you're only shadow. You flash them the light. You're not a saint. You're not a monster. You're a paradox. Angel wrapped in barbed wire. Demon crowned in lilies. They've built entire doctrines to keep those two things separate. And you're walking proof that separation was a lie. Every step you take is a sermon. Their theology can't explain. And here's what's happening now behind the scenes. Phones ringing in panic. Messages deleted in haste. Meetings held at night with no minutes taken. Eyes darting at the mention of your name. They're trying to tighten their grip, but everything they touch turns to sand. Their own networks are fracturing. People are defecting quietly. The group that once mocked you in public now fights amongst itself in private. They can feel it, the coldness, the inevitability, the silent weight of your next move. Because you're not just winning, You're evolving. Pain didn't make you bitter. It made you fluent in pressure. Rejection didn't shrink you. It made you impossible to starve. Isolation didn't kill you. It incubated a version of you that breathes underwater. They're terrified because you're no longer powered by their validation. You're powered by something they can't confiscate. Your own transformation. You've made pain into a weapon, but not one you swing, one you become. You're no longer a person they can harm. You're a system they can't hack. They don't know this yet, but you do. What they're feeling right now isn't your revenge. It's their own architecture imploding. You didn't kick it down. You just stopped holding it up. The moment you withdrew your energy, their scaffolding trembled. The moment you moved, the beams began to buckle. This is why their hands shake. This is why they whisper. This is why they breathe shallow. They can sense a clock they didn't set counting down. They don't know what happens when it hits zero, only that it involves you, and that's enough to keep them awake at night. Keep moving slow. Keep smiling faintly. Keep letting the silence stretch until it hurts. Every second you hold that silence, you're rewriting the rules of the room. You're showing them that unpredictability is power, that evolution through pain isn't a story, it's a weaponized truth. Because right now, you are not an underdog, you are not a rebel, you are the atmosphere, you are the weather, you are the force that presses against their lungs when they try to inhale. You are the weight behind their shame. You are the mirror they can't break. And they're collapsing in real time, piece by piece, breath by breath, because somewhere in the back of their minds they've realized the most terrifying thing of all. You haven't even started moving yet. And yet here you are, not screaming, not begging, not demanding apologies they'll never mean. Just existing, like a glitch they can't patch, like a prophecy they tried to burn, like a force of nature wearing human skin. They spent years building a world where someone like you couldn't rise, where you'd collapse under pressure, where you'd fold at the first sign of rejection, where you'd doubt yourself so deeply you'd ask them who you were. And instead, you let them bury you alive, and then you grew roots. You let them exile you, and then you mastered silence like a weaponized tongue. You let them watch you break, but never once did they see you stay broken. They wrote you off, laughed behind locked doors, swapped your name for punchlines and concerns, held meetings on how to handle you. But what do you do when the ghost you tried to erase becomes the only one breathing? See, that's the thing. They were always trying to contain a storm inside a glass, a wildfire inside a spreadsheet, a goddamn paradox inside a file folder. And now, the glass is shattered, the folder is burning, the room is filled with smoke, and you're still smiling through it all. Because you were never meant to be explained. You were meant to be felt. And now, they feel you everywhere. In the awkward pauses when someone says your name, in the silence that follows your shadow, in the panic of, what if they speak? In the deep dread of, what if they move again? But they don't know the truth, do they? You already moved. You already broke the code. You already replaced their rule book with your own DNA. Now everything they say is recorded. Every laugh is suspicious. Every alliance is unstable. Every breath is borrowed. Because you're here now. And you're no longer hiding. You're no longer flinching. You're no longer waiting for them to understand. They don't need to understand. They just need to collapse. Exactly like they are right now. In real time, with real fear. At the mercy of your next unseen move. You didn't come for revenge. You came to watch the reckoning. You came to outlive the myth. You came to make silence louder than any scream they've ever feared. So don't say a word, just keep walking. Let them gasp. Let them spiral. Let them feel every molecule of panic they once tried to drown you in. Because the new truth is this: you are not the victim. You are not the villain. You are the trigger. And their collapse was never a reaction. It was always your design. Case closed. Game over. You win.
Thank you for watching, family. We do hope this message was helpful and life-changing. Don't forget to join the Alchemicjoker community where we transform pain into power. Stick around for more powerful messages. We love you.